What's going on, everybody? It's David with Lunar Beaches Crypto. All right, guys, it is FOMC day. So what are we expecting? I am expecting, not financial advice, I am expecting a 25 basis point rate hike, just like everybody else, with the possibility of the word pause coming into play. With that said, or what does that mean? That means that we could see some major rippage, but not quite yet. I believe that we could see a drop, quick drop down to 25.1.2, and then launch off. Kind of looking like this, and then bam, kind of like that. That's what I want to see. Finish that ABC correction, get that done and over with, and then launch off. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm hoping for. We get something like this, that's going to be a little bit concerning, because then we are looking at a possible double top. And I personally do not want to see that at all. So that's where it is. So the reason why I'm thinking this is because, so first of all, we do have a fair value gap. Now this is on the daily chart. So let's go ahead and come down. So, well, on the daily chart, I'll just show you the fair value gap real quick. So in the daily chart, we have this fair value gap where we go from this wick right here to this wick right here. And basically what a fair value gap does is it shows you an imbalance in the charts in price action. So it's just, yeah. This is where price really likes to return to. So that's what I'm looking at right there. We got that big old candle that broke us. I mean, this one technically broke us out of the range, but this one closed above the previous range over here. This range right here that we were stuck in. This was the candle that broke us out. I mean, this one broke us out, but this one's the one that closed above it. So that one take into heavy consideration, since that is the one that closed above it. Now, we do have a daily bearish order block plus a CME gap right down there at that 20,390, 20,000, 20.4, somewhere in that area. If I take this down to the bottom here, which I don't think it would come to the very bottom, but I think the low end on that CME gap was around like 19.9. But yeah, so potentially we might not, even though we might get the word pause, and I think that is generally overall bullish. That does not mean that this cannot be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave that gets us down into this lower section right here where this breakout started. And then we can start working our way out. So that's like the $1 million question right there, is if we dip below 25K, I believe, yes, that's our next levels. That's where we're going. There is something to be said around the 22.3K area. Maybe that's this right here. Yeah, 23K area right there. Because we did have a buildup of support here, and that means that there's probably some stop losses down here that they might want to come down and take out. But if not, if the bulls are strong enough, then this level right here should hold, and this ABC correction can be done, completed, and then Bitcoin can start to march forward. So today, let's go ahead and go down into the lower time frames and take a look, see what the FOMC could be shaping up for us. Today, the FOMC today is at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The point release is at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then at 2:30 is the actual press conference where people listen to Powell and where they're going to be looking and listening and hoping to hear the words pause. Now, I want you to pause. Now I'm going to go ahead and add this right here. So what this indicator is this shows you the opening range of the London session. So at 2 a.m. local time, my time, is when the London markets open. And then it takes into account the first hour, the first 30 minutes. Let me go down to 15 minutes. What's it take into account here? So whatever candle you're on, it looks like it takes it into account, and all the way up until now, when you get to the 1 hour, the indicator no longer works. So let's go down to the 5 minute, because that is where we can really see. All right, so you can see right here, this was the opening range. Poked above it, that's called a fake out, because we came back down within the range and could not break above the resistance right here, and then just fell out, and then took out this liquidity on this side over here. And now it looks like it's trying to come back up a little bit right here, trying to get back up maybe to the 28,450 level. That is what I'm looking at right there. Now, if I go ahead and throw on a VPVR, then, or VRVP, I can see that we do have strong volume up here. Let me see if this, I don't know why I don't have the POC on here. So there's your point of control. Now, if I want to do just for this session, I want to do the point of control just for this session. Let's do that. And that's where it is right there. Sits up there at about 28,640, which could be a good, anything from this level right here at 28,590 to 28,640, somewhere in that range would probably maybe be a good short opportunity. Because I do believe we're ultimately still going to come down today. Even if we do get the words pause, I'm still not convinced that this down move is over. And right now, our RSI, our Heikinashi RSI is oversold, or it was oversold, and now it's starting to come up, and it's coming up rapidly on our strength right here. If it gets up into this overbought at the same time that we're looking at it hitting that point of control up there, then that might be your indication to start thinking about entering a short. And then you would just target the liquidity to the downside, because there will be stops here. We do have equal lows right here. If you can see, we got equal lows all along here. That means that there's going to be stop losses all down here that can be and should be wiped out. Let's take another zoom out real quick. Let's go to the 1 hour. And I just wanted to look at the volume profile on this. So let's do that. Get bigger. It's not getting bigger. Come on. There we go. All right. So you can see we have a lot of volume in this area down here. And let's scrunch this up a little bit. Now, this is the spike that I'm looking at down here, and this little divot down in here, and the fact that we do have that daily fair value gap in here. Now, we can go ahead and zoom in on the 1 hour and see if we can see another fair value gap on the 1 hour that is within the daily fair value gap. And I can see something important, which is this break out of this range right here with this candle right here. So I would consider this candle to be of importance, and I will now shrink my daily fair value gap down, if I can find out where the end of it is here, or the middle of it, I should say. It's like, all right, there we go. Down, and that's right there to it. And that's, top of that is going to be, let's move this. Top of that is going to be 25,455 to 25,144. So to be on the safe side, I will probably start entering around 25.5, and then continue to enter down to 25, 1. 25.1. Now, there is a chance that it could also come down and touch that 23.9 mark down here where this move started, because price does like to revisit where moves started. When I say the move started here, I mean you would think that it started here, and it kind of did, but it didn't break this level while closing above it on the daily chart until this leg right here, this impulse move right here. That's the one that broke the range, because otherwise if we would have just come back, we came back down in the range and hung back out down in here, and then we broke the range and cleared it, and haven't been back down to it to retest it. That's what I think is ultimately going to happen, whether it's today or not. Doesn't really matter. FOMC days are very, very tricky. I recommend everybody and anybody to just stay out unless you know exactly what you are doing, and use proper risk management. None of this is financial advice. I'm not telling you when, where, or how to buy or anything like that. I can teach you where and how to buy, but I'm not going to tell you what to buy. You know what I mean? I'm not going to tell you what to buy and when to buy and all that stuff. I'm more just for educational purposes to teach you how to trade and to look at these markets. So I'm just looking at this volume here. That's a lot of volume. Now it is white, and this is delta. This is volume delta. I've shown how delta works in previous videos. You can go back and look for those. But I would like to say that I am working on a short videos. I'm working on a series of short videos to teach people basic trading stuff. So I won't get too complicated until we move on. So I'll start off with like a trading view tutorial on the app and on the desktop. I will do that, and then I want to do that, and then I also want to show you how to get onto an exchange. And I've also got an interview with a cybersecurity expert, and so I lined up. So I'm really trying to help you guys out as much as I possibly can, completely free of charge for now, until you start buying merch or something. I don't know. But yeah, basically all I see is a bunch of liquidity. Let's go. I haven't looked at the 4 hour yet. But yeah, thank you guys for all your support, just in general. Yeah. But yeah, you can see I've got alerts ready to go. I will be watching at 1 o'clock my time for the drop. I'll release what it was, and we'll watch the crazy price action that ensues afterwards. Here's what I will say. Leading up to the release of the date of the rate hike, the release of what they're going to do. Is it going to be 25 basis points? Is it going to be 25 basis points? Is it going to be, yes, it's going to be 25 basis points. Okay. So when that comes out, the question isn't, the market's already kind of built that in, because everybody's expecting 25 basis points at this point. And I even read an article that said that they even are maybe even expecting them to start pausing or mentioning pausing. So there's already articles with that out there. Now that kind of gets my head spinning. Why are they already saying this stuff before it happens? And it makes me kind of think that they want you to be bullish before it's time to be bullish. And that is why I think we will complete this ABC. I don't know how long it will take. All I know is that FOMC day can take out a lot of liquidity, whether it's to the upside, whether it's to the downside. It doesn't really matter. It will do both. It will do both. So what you could see happen is this price come up here, take out these equal highs, reach this level up here at 30, and then just absolutely drop. Or it could do this and pop up just back up to the tops here and then continue down. And then we have our completed ABC with a corrective structure on your B wave. And that's how that works. So yeah, I mean, we've got this little thing here, this little thing here. Maybe we get another little thing here until we just get all the way down here, and then we can go. I don't know. I just think that 25, what was it? 25.5 to 25. Let's just give it a round number. But it's always good to not go exactly to the point on the round number, because there's very likely orders that are going to be placed above it to keep you from being able to get in. And then you got a FOMO in, which nobody should ever do. But anyway, yeah, that's, I could say a lot more, but to be honest with you guys, I got to get back to work. I'm doing this at work on my iPad. So, yeah, I love you guys. I hope everybody stays safe. Proper risk management. Manage your risk properly. Let me go ahead and just do one thing real quick before I go. I do want to break this down on the lower time frame so we can see. So we can take a look at what we're looking at. All right, so I'm going to get rid of the VRVP. And I'm going to bring up the volume, take this off. So the reason I bring up the volume is because of this. So right now, if I'm looking at the 15-minute, what about the 30-minute? What's the 30-minute look like? So the 30-minute, here we go. It looks like Bitcoin is already moving. Wait. I don't know. So 30-minute, what are we looking at? So initially, what I like to do is I like to box off. So what do I mean by that? I like to box off points of where we have tops and we have bottoms that are touching like that. So that's what I like to do. Now, I am more inclined, well, no, I'm going to go with the bottom of, I'm going to go with this one. So this is essentially our consolidation range. And what I am looking for within this range is for price to make a fake out one way or the other. Now, it already did kind of fake out this way, come up, came back up to that area and rejected. So I still think we will see it pop up and then major crash down, take out this this buy side liquidity down here, possibly even most likely go down past that. We've got barely any wicks here. God, all the notifications. Barely got any wicks here. RSI is very low, very low. So any kind of short-term pop-up is likely to be met with some resistance and then a rollover, I think. If I go ahead and turn on the SVP HD, which is the Sessions Volume Profile HD, this will show me my point of controls for all the previous days and the current point of control. And this will change throughout the day as price moves. Right now, it is sitting at 26,636. But you can see price, this is where price goes. This is where price likes to react to. It likes to go to former levels of points of control. This one up here, it likes to go to naked points of control, which a naked point of control is a point of control that has not been revisited. So the only one that has not been revisited is down here. Nope, that was revisited here. So what's the next one down? Because there's not one up here, is there, that hasn't been revisited? There is one right there that hasn't been revisited at the 30,300 mark. Again, that's another one popping up. Another one that hasn't been revisited is the 30,800 mark, which is a strong one because that was the top of the move. So that point of control, that naked point of control, is very important. But if we go ahead and take a look to the left, come on, load up. Boop, boop, boop. All right, there we go. We got one right there, and I really want to see one somewhere around here. That's where I want to see one. We got one right here. That was revisited. We got one right here, right at 24.8. And Bitcoin does like to make a little bit of an excessive move. So we could see that 24,840, maybe just 25K is just a safe bet. Just hit that 25K. Anywhere between 25.5 to 25K, I think, is a safe bet for a long. Now, obviously, you would want to see a strong reaction to that price area to be confident that that is where it's going to bounce from. You want to see a strong push out of it. You do not want to see this thing come down and meander down here, because it could just pop up and then move down to the next level, all the way down to the daily bearish order block and the CME gap, which is still possible. And with that said, I still think that ultimately we will start going higher. So the only question is it 25K or is it 20K before we finish this correction and then move on? There's only one way to find out. Time will tell. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. Ride those waves. And don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.